Ira Epstein of Linn Associates with your morning flash update, and this is for Tuesday, the 7th of April, 2020, and I'm a little late, it's just after 9:30 a.m. As you can see, we're still up very strong, off the day's highs by 300 points. Yeah, you were up over 900 points. I mean, you talk about volatility. You had a market peaks out in February, drops nearly 40% if you think about it, has come back about 20%, and this is where you're at. It's, the Fibonacci counts will be interesting. I don't know if we've made a 50% retracement or not. Last night, you got up to 1742 in the gold just recently. I mean, after that happened just a while ago, you got down to 1683 and a half. Silver is gaining on gold and copper is gaining on other metals. That is a bullish scenario in the metal markets as I see it. So the market is already starting to look over the COVID-19, be it in Europe and America. I know that sounds crazy, but it's what it's doing. And starting to say things aren't that bad. They're also getting a boost from the dollar, which has really come down quite a bit today. 91 points is a big move. And these moves in the euro, well, as a currency trader and spending a lot of my career trading in currencies, I can tell you these are not normal moves. They're anything but normal. They're dramatic. These are moves that happen in a month, not in a day. And that's what you're getting. A point and a half, penny and a half move in the euro is a lot of money. We then look at corn, which is getting a bid today. It doesn't hurt to see that the dollar is weaker. That helps the corn a little bit because our corn in the world is one of the cheapest, so that can be bought. Wheat is probably consolidating a little bit right now. Bonds and notes, well, if the market feels that the COVID-19 situation is getting much more under control, and obviously all eyes are going to be on Mario Cuomo's conference today, the governor of New York, well, if that looks better and the plateau is really setting in, this market's backing off a little bit because how far can business be from getting back to normal? Is it 4 weeks, 8 weeks? Larry Kudlow was on talking about that today. When you're at the National Federation of Business, and I'm talking their optimism index, what can I tell you? It's the lowest in the survey's history, falling to 96.4. When you look at the weekly retail sales from the Red Book, they were up 0.9% for the first 5 weeks of March. I always love when they tell me the first 5 weeks of March. 5 weeks. And they were up 7%, 7 full percentage points for the week of March 2020 versus 19. Would you think that? But think of everybody that was running to the stores and loading up. That's got to be the only thing. We know that retail was closing down. People probably still buying a lot from Amazon. Grocery business up 3%, I'm hearing. Weekly retail sales up 5.3% for April 4th versus a year ago. You see the opposite when you look at ICSC. They measure it differently. The market is actually down 6.8% from the previous week and down 16% from the year ago week. So I don't understand this difference that they're doing, but it's how they're measuring, I guess, sales. The U.S. Federal Reserve is going to update their credit data today at about 2 o'clock. We'll see just what the market wants to do. They think it widened out to 14 billion from the previous 12. And according to Reuters, and I wrote about this in my report last night, OPEC is ready to say yes, they'll do production cuts, but they're not going to do it without a consortium of other countries coming in, including the U.S. I don't think the U.S. can, as a country, say they're going to do that. So it gets very interesting to see where this is going to head. The Texas Railroad Commission can easily tell Texas, no, you're cutting your production numbers by 20%. They've done that. They have the power to do it. That can be done, and that's 40% of the country's oil. But we'll see where that goes. If you look at oil, you can see that quandary's got the market wondering just where does this go. Nat gas gets the benefit out of it because nat gas has been so overproduced because of this oil that any reduction, and you're seeing it just naturally, you don't need the Texas Railroad Commission, as that comes in, that probably helps nat gas. Plus, we're getting closer to summer when demand picks up. So the question in nat gas, has the market seen a low, just like has copper seen a low under the 200 level? These are questions that the market will answer. It is Tuesday. I want to remind you, you had a big up on a Monday. Will the market have back-to-back gains, or is it going to try to give those gains up? That is going to be one of the questions that the market will answer for us all today. I want to remind you that one of the things in markets like this that I watch are pivot points. You get markets that go to extremes, and this formula, the way that the market works, takes into account these monster swings you're getting during the day. And what it does is that there's a special formula that looks, and it's not my formula, it's been around for a long time. It determines a pivot point from the previous day's range. That's how it's done. It's not looking beyond that. Then you're getting resistance points and you're getting support points under the market. What you try to do is you're looking for where the market's hitting extremes, and you're trying to, for example, get short at the resistance, covering at the support, or buying on the big break coming out. I tie for that slow stochastics, which is the momentum oscillator, into it. And when you do that, at least it gives me another variable that I can look at to see, is the market getting overdone, especially on a zone that I might be looking at for coming in or out of markets. How do you get this? It's a 3-part video series, and in the series I teach you the formula, which you don't have to do, but it's always good to know them. Then how to apply it on your charts, then my concept of using it. It's free. Go to our website. Under free offers, you'll see other offers there as well. Take advantage. You can always call my staff. They'll get it out to you right away. And yes, we are picking up our phones. You can click up here if you're watching me on YouTube. It'll take you there. With that, I'm Ira Epstein. I'll see you all this afternoon with our end of the day wrap-ups. Have a great trading day.